After a long marriage ends, it's just not the relationship that's gone, it's the version of yourself that lived inside it. It's the future you thought you were walking toward. And you look in the mirror and wonder, who am I now? Psychologists call this role identity loss. When we have spent years, even decades, in roles like wife, husband, mother, partner, these roles quietly become how we define ourselves. So when the marriage ends, it's not we're just grieving the person, we're grieving our entire identity. But here's hope. The research also shows that identity can be rebuilt through something called self-expansion, a process where we begin to rediscover ourselves through new experiences, new expressions, and reconnection with what brings us alive. For me, after my 23-year-old marriage ended, I felt like half of me had been ripped off. I wasn't a wife anymore. I hadn't realized just how much of my identity I had let dissolve into that role over the years. But when that identity collapsed, something unexpected happened. I had a chance to redefine who I was, separate from my marriage. Something became clear to me. I was determined to get better and find my way again. I didn't know how, but I felt it deep inside me, and I trust that. There was no manual how to heal from after divorce. I hadn't heard from identity loss or self-expansion, but I believe there's a part of us that we know deep inside of us if we listen. And that inner knowing can be your guide. So slowly I began to say yes to things that made me feel like myself again. Walking in the nature, talking to my friends and people I loved, allowing myself to try different things, while also giving myself time and grace, because some days were incredibly hard. And little by little, I felt myself returning, not as I was before, but someone wiser. Rediscovering yourself isn't about trying to become your 25-year-old self again, but rather it's your essence, your curiosity, warmth, humor, strength. Those are still qualities that are still here. But now, after everything you have lived through, you are deeper, wiser, and more conscious of what you will and will not strength for again. This isn't return, it's an evolution. And research who study post-traumatic growth say that major life upheavals like illness or divorce, many women just don't bounce back. They rebuild with more clarity, strength, and deeper sense of who they are. But I want to be real. Growth didn't feel empowering at first. There were days I felt ashamed for not seeing the betrayal and questioned my worth. But now I see that this emotional collapse wasn't a failure, it was burning down before rebuilding. And in psychology, that space is often where identity expansion quietly begins. So here are a few questions you can start with. Who did I stop being in order to keep peace? When did I feel most alive and what I was doing at that moment? What is the one small act this week I would choose to feel like myself again? Just write one answer and begin with that. You are not broken. You are in process of expansion. If you want support as rediscover who you are, I share tools and guidance every week. So hit subscribe and stay connected. And if you feel ready to walk this journey with the personal support, I offer one-to-one coaching for rebuilding life and identity after divorce. You can book a free discovery call below. You don't have to rebuild alone. I'm here and I'll walk with you. I'll see you next time. Love and light. Bye.